So in my last video on Red vs. Blue, I mentioned a bit about how I could talk a lot about Grif's missed opportunity of a story arc in Season 15, so that's what this is going to be about. I want to start this off by saying I think no matter what, Red vs. Blue should have ended at Season 13. But if it had to continue, this could have been an amazing story that they just missed. For us to start this off, I need to show the exact moment I'm referring to as Grif's missed opportunity.
Oh, look who's finally graced us with his presence.
Where have you been, soldier?
Thinking. Yeah, right.
Thinking about food.
No, actually, I was thinking that I quit.
Quit what?
You. All of you. I quit. I'm not going. I'm staying here. What? You can't quit. That's not allowed. I can do whatever I want. I'm not in the military anymore. I should have quit years ago. What about church? Let it go, Caboose. All of you. He's been resurrected more times than Jean Grey. It's getting old. Seriously, dude? You've always been selfish, but this is bullshit. I don't like you. Any of you. But we've all known each other long enough that you should hear it from me first. I'm done. You can't do that. Someone do something.
Griff, desertion is punishable by death. So keep going. Desertion means leaving the military, not eating dessert. Seriously, Griff, turn around.
You know, I liked them better when they were funny.
Yeah. I hope we didn't fuck something up.
I was scared going into this season. It felt like they would have to do something extremely forced, which they did, to continue the story. But when I saw this scene right here, I had very high hopes for the show again for a short period of time. It's evident that the Reds and Blues aren't exactly the best of friends. They've been stuck with each other for years now at this point, and they've been saying time and time again just how sick of each other they are, but especially Griff. He's so lazy, but as long as he's been with the Reds and Blues, he's had to fight freelancers, save the planet from greedy mercenaries in a fabricated war, and get punched in the balls by Agent Texas. So seeing him finally break is so realistic. It would have felt more forced if he just went along with going with the rest of the team blindly. Ultimately, this scene is honestly really good in the entirety of Red vs. Blue, not just this season, but it's not used well at all, and is just turned into a joke. Yes, I understand Red vs. Blue, above all, is a comedy, but it hasn't been scared to have serious stories ever before. They could have gone in depth about him slowly starting to miss Simmons' nerdy remarks, show him go through a time period of feeling like things just aren't right, show him realizing food and laying down isn't the only things that make him happy, show him even going to see his circus mom, having nowhere else to go, show him slowly start to learn Spanish because he starts to think about Lopez, and finally, when Locust comes and gets Griff, show Griff's genuine fear that the last time he might have ever seen them, he told them about how much he dislikes them all. Just please show his character development. It could have been a heart-touching story of him starting to care more and realize just because it's easier doesn't mean it's better. This could have had amazing impacts on the rest of Red Team. Simmons can start to miss having the person he talked to the most in the group around. Sarge could even start trying to find a new punching bag in the group, maybe even go in depth about why he hates Griff so much, or at least acts like he does. This would have been amazing as well for Red Team, because Red Team throughout the whole series had been pretty stagnant personality-wise compared to Blue Team. This could have had them catch up in character development in an amazingly well-written way. But instead, they did all this character development for Griff off camera and used it as a goof, as a gaffe, as a joke even. A bad one.
No, Simmons, I'm not hungry. That's not what I'm trying to say. What I'm trying to say is that I am thirsty. Glug glug. No, what I am trying to say is that I am incredibly lazy, good for nothing, waste of fatty tissue and brain cells. Not now, Sarge. I'm trying to talk to Simmons. It's important. Not as important as your job, Griff. You know you're supposed to be on guard duty.
I think you get the gist. I think the show knew Red Team deserved more focus story-wise after how much spotlight Blue Team got, but they didn't do it right. I even think seasons 15 through 17 could have been great if instead of time travel and forced story, they focused on this kind of stuff, showing the group start to break apart because they have nothing they're fighting against and don't need to be together anymore. Show more of the team's grief towards Church's death. I honestly think if done better, the Blues and Reds could have been great villains. I love their backstory, of them being sim troopers caught in the crossfire of Project Freelancer who took it in a different way than the Reds and Blues, going down a more vengeful path. Just give them their own personalities, and don't make them copies of the main cast. Not everything in this show is a joke. It hasn't been since the Blood Gulch Chronicles. There are still plenty of areas for jokes and laughs, but don't suffocate the audience in it. Because if there's nothing but jokes every other line, it takes away from the story, and it even makes the jokes harder to hit. In general, I was really disappointed by this. I think the story, if it had to keep going, could have still been great if only more thought had been put into it. I love this show from the bottom of my heart, and I'm saying this as someone who has watched these characters grow and who loves the universe they've built. That Red vs. Blue dropped the ball on this season. It let a lot of people down. It just mainly bothers me that they wrote the puzzle pieces needed to make the story as good in quality as it always has been, but opted to use humor and bad writing to keep it from coming together in a way that could have been possibly the most thought-provoking season yet. I cannot stress enough how much I actually love the idea of the Blues and Reds. It's really underappreciated, just another group of sim troopers going through a completely different mindset of trauma and then proceeding to take vengeance on those who wronged them. But I hope you enjoyed listening to me complain about a show for about 6 to 7 minutes now. So yeah, goodbye. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe. We're an indie game team who also make fun videos like this on the side. And if you could please help support us, that would be greatly appreciated. I hope the video made you think at least a little bit about the possibilities that this show could have gone. But thanks for watching. It's been an honor, and I hope to see you in the next upload. I'm shaking your hand. Goodbye.